Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Stout Sturdy, our weekly D&D podcast. You can all wave as much as you like. You're apparently not on screen at the moment, so it's not going to make much difference. But the thought was there. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome, everybody. This is, as I said, our weekly podcast that we do for D&D. So the rest of the team are all waving at the screen, but they don't realise that Fallon has made a new screen for it, so you can't see them anyway. So now they're just going to be rude instead. Distortion in my voice, apparently. Fallon,
It's that damn microphone.
Sorry, you didn't download that potato again, did you?
Potato.
Relax, potato.
What is taters precious?
Right, 2 seconds. My the Red Bull is creeping down my leg.
That sounds like it's code word for something.
Down is better than up, at least.
Right.
Is that a euphemism?
You could try resetting the voice meter and see if that helps, but otherwise, yeah, I don't know. Okay, don't bother.
It sounds sticky!
Good evening, Toby, and good evening, Sprocketeer. Welcome. Sorry, we apparently have sound issues again, so we're just testing some things, but it shouldn't be. It was working last
week.
Okay, maybe it's Sprocketeer. He had a bit of a problem last time, so. And Harold Sparhawk, sorry, welcome as well. So, as always, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We are I'm just going to do a little summary of what we've been up to so far, where the group got up to, and then we will continue. Sorry, we're a little bit late, as always. Lots of things to sort out. As I said last week, we're still sort of trying to improve the layout and things like that and get things squared away, so that takes a little bit of time. If you're not already, you can do !Discord in chat, and my bot should be connected. You can come and join us in our Discord channel. I'll say this because actually this goes on YouTube, so that people can see that as well. But if you missed any of the previous episodes, you can go !YouTube and go to !Asylum. Sorry, we'll give you the links to our YouTube channel. You can catch up on the previous episodes and also the rest of tonight's one if you miss it halfway through or whatever. We are also looking at setting up so you'll be able to see the character stats and things like that. We've got a couple of ideas in the works, so what you'll be able to do is do the commands in chat, and then it'll bring you up the profile of everybody that's playing, so you can see what race they are, what class they are, and that sort of thing. That's not ready yet, but we'll talk about it more when we do get that sorted out. Other than that,
just I have a little one, so I might be dashing off a little bit for this little one because the wife's not around, so I will be
fine. All right, okay, so the journey so far, the mighty bushwhackers, I don't think they like being called that, but they are the bushwhackers because that's what they seem to keep doing, have, after a trip and finishing their mining contract in Phandelver and doing research and everything else, they found that the red brands within Phandelver themselves were causing a lot of issue. So they decided to go and carry on investigating and seeing if they could find out what's causing the problem and who was leading the attacks and the just basically the banditry and stuff that's been going on in Phandelver. After a bit of investigation, that they found out that Glasstaff was the leader of the pack, someone that seems to be calling all the shots, and they found that their hideout was in the Red Brand hideout, which was in the east side of the Phandelver town, just outside on the outskirts of town. After they found out this information, they headed to Alderleaf Farm, where Quellin, Alderleaf, and Carp helped them with information and said that they found a back secret way into the Red Brand's hideout, which I think was the Tresden Manor. I probably got the name wrong, but I think it was Tresden Manor, which was just up on the hill on the east side of town. So Carp, over the cover of night, led the group to most of the way. Mick and Vid is out of sync. Yeah, I don't know if it's a Twitch thing or whether it's just something with Stalin when he's hosting it. He seems to always do it. I don't know what we can do about it, unfortunately. So if we find a solution for that, we'll go for it. But I can try hosting it myself again. I suppose is the only other thing. But it's just odd that it's out of sync. Sorry, so I'll continue for now, and if it gets better, it gets better. So they basically headed towards the Red Brand hideout, and en route they bumped into Marilee, and she was also on the same mission to go and attack Glasstaff, or at least find him. And she revealed to them that Glasstaff was actually Iano, which was the member of the Lord's Alliance and friend to Sildar, who was the one that they escorted back from the Cragmore Cave. Once inside the base, they came across a Nothic, which they managed to subdue and feed him dead red brands to keep him happy. And then they proceeded further into the cave and came across 3 bugbears and a little goblin called Droop. After killing the bugbears, instead of finishing off Droop, they decided to, or at least Marilee decided to keep him safe, and now has him as a little companion, like hugging to her legs. And then after a short rest in that room, they heard gambling and gaming going on in the room opposite. After a reasonably successful attempt at infiltrating the group, Bryn went into the room to pretend he was one of the Red Brands, where he met someone that was already infiltrating the group, which was Baron. After the gaming went a little bit uncontrolled, the fight blew out. The rest of the bushwhackers come rushing in. Lots of people died. Baron actually poisoned most of the Red Brands that were in the room anyway, so they were at a disadvantage and drunk. They wiped the room out. And then after that, they carried on further into the wizard's kind of workshop, where they found some texts and some things that he'd been working on, where they also come across a rat, which that disappeared once Droop tried to eat it, and Marilee informed her that she thinks it was Glasstaff's familiar rat, and he somehow communicated to Glasstaff that these intruders were here. So by the time they went to the next room, where Glasstaff's bedroom and study was, he was disappeared, and it looks like he had left in a rush. And this, I'm afraid it was a long intro, but that's where we're up to. And this is where we basically got up to. So now you have the rest of the group all in this bedroom, doing nothing seedy, I might add, deciding what to do. They just read a note from Glasstaff, who was told that he's been taking orders from someone called the Black Spider.
In the bedroom. Wow. Wow, wow.
And Bryn, you're currently invisible.
Correct.
And Bryn is currently invisible.
Correct.
Wow. I need to check. I think it's an hour.
Yeah. And so, you're all on screen now, so welcome everybody. And
thanks for doing that while I was eating a chip.
That's okay.
Right.
We like to capture the best sides of people. Okay, so I think time-wise, we were saying it was like until about 1 o'clock in the morning, I think, or something around that ish. By the time we walked through all this. So, what do you guys want to do? I just see loads of floating hands at the moment.
Well,
Charge
I'm
up
in
the
the bed. I'm in the bedroom. Is there any females around?
Depends what you call.
Nobody wants to respond on that.
You have 2 females in your party, and how they are in your eyes is up to you.
I'm not sure.
Well, Baron, would you need consent? Because there's that unconscious one in the barrel, the previous room.
Bryn, are you? Wow, so this is where the magic happened, or didn't happen.
Did find that
different type of magic happened.
Found that secret pen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Currently, I think that's where. Bryn, are you there?
I'm right here.
Okay, sorry. Are you Did you see anything down the tunnel when you looked?
No, the coast seemed
No.
clear, but didn't go further than the storeroom that's next door.
Did you want to use the advantage of the invisibility and go a bit further?
Sure. You want to just wait here for me, or?
Yeah, when you go. Won't wait too long. Just see if you see anything, and if it's safe, and come back. I'll just give us a. Can you do like a hoot? Woo, woo, or something like that.
Woof. I don't think there's any owls in here, but
Okay. What would be a good appropriate sound, do you think, for no one to get suspicious?
No, I could send Rune with him. I know I can't see him, but could perhaps go and I can watch through Rune's eyes.
Sounds good.
Rune is just a cat, you know. They just.
you could just have Rune with me, and then when I get to a place where I think
If he picks up Rune, does Rune go invisible as well?
You have like a floating cat, basically.
No, just be a floating cat.
No, unfortunately not. I'm afraid to say. Yeah, it only the magic only affects the person that the creature or person I touched. Yeah.
I still think it's a stunning idea. Will scare the living crap out of anybody seeing it. Ghost cat.
Ghostly white cat just floating along.
Could
they'll
always
think
get a collar.
They'll think that a catastrophe is imminent.
Either way, I can send Rune with him. It's not a problem. I'll
Okay,
Sounds like a good plan for me.
I think that would be an excellent idea.
Okay, so you're going to go back into the corridor.
Yes.
Cat in tow. Okay.
I'm-
Now you already went to the other end, and you've already last time you opened up the secret door that's on the other side. So basically, this as you walk into the corridor, you notice that the flagstones still continue, and that there's a slight steps going upwards. You've got the dressed stone wall either side, and the same markings that you noticed on the wall where the secret door was inside the bedroom. You notice are still. This would look like at first glance an empty, just a blocked-in corridor. When you go to the far end, you notice on the one side that those same unusual markings where the cement, where the mixture is meant to be, is slightly out, and you push that door open. I believe you did that anyway last time.
I did.
I whispered down the tunnel on the edge. Just remember, guys, if I had a personal tunnel, I'd booby trap it. So check out for traps.
I did that last time.
Okay.
Before I open this outer secret doorway into the storeroom area, I want to listen just to see if anybody's come through since we last time.
Okay, roll for perception, please.
All right. $16.
Okay. So as you sort of push your ear against the wall and try and listen through, you hear a faint wind sort of blowing, but other than that, nothing else.
I'll quickly open and go through.
Okay. So as you go through the door, you oops. There you go. Enter into you enter into what looks like a where the hell have I gone? Sorry. It's not that one. Sorry, my notes that I had on this before has gone. But so you, as you enter the room, sorry, you have like a smell of like stale owl and rotten food sort of hits your nose. You notice in a small pile in one of the corners of the room, there's just like rotten food and waste been dumped to one side. As you look around, you notice that this area is like north of the large natural cavern that you was in before. You see that again, the flagstones go from the natural caved floor to these flagstone flooring, and you see several barrels of stored against all along the walls and crates. You see there's like hammers and pry bars and nails and like lots of straw that looks like it's been sort of thrown around. From what you can tell, it looks like it's been like a storeroom, or where they seem to do is packaging up with goods or opening the goods and things like that.
Okay, that's kind of what I assessed last time, so I think I'll continue. Can you see my hand?
Yeah.
Going this way.
Just so you guys are aware, while I'm watching through Rune's eyes, I can't see or hear anything that anybody says to me. So you can't ask me any questions.
Can you feel anything?
I'm not sure I'm after that one.
I'm just wondering, that's all.
I could probably feel it if you shook me hard enough.
Okay. Would you like to lie down in bed? We can't hear that
Fine.
All night long.
As you enter the room, the Nothic that was in there before stirs and jumps down in front of you, but keeping a good distance away. And all of a sudden you hear that voice once again pierce inside your head. Ah, hello, Redbrand. Where are you going? What are you doing down here? Where are you going?
In my head, because I know that he can read my thought, I say, as per our agreement, I'm seeking a way on the other side. That's why you have the two bodies. The flesh we gave you earlier.
He kind of just eyes you up for a little while. And then he goes, well, you've got a cloak. I suggest you are a Redbrand, so I will let you pass for now. For now, yes, you can, but I'm watching you. Always watching you. Step carefully. Step carefully. And he kind of, you just see him scuttle up the concrete, the sort of stone pillar that's there.
I notice a slight derivation in the cavern wall. Is that just a graphical glitch, or is that something that's...
Graphical glitch.
Okay, just making sure.
So don't forget, in this chamber, it's so the storeroom and everything was light. This chamber is actually quite dark. You've got a slight natural light coming in from the southern end of the cave. You feel again the cold, the unnatural sort of cold and chillingness coming through your bone, right down to your bone as it comes up through this like crevasse that's in the middle of the room. It once again sort of hits you as you stand in there.
I'll edge my way over to the left side cavern wall, and with the light that I can see and with the tactile touch of my fingertips, I will check the wall as I move along, and the floors to make sure that I don't miss any possible traps or secret entrances, things of that nature. Be on the lookout for it. You want me to roll anything for you?
You can do a perception check.
All right. I didn't see anything.
You don't see anything.
I don't see anything. 6.
Yeah. In this dim light, and from what you can see, as far as you can tell, the pathway looks clear. Is anybody else? The rest of you? Are you still just sitting there listening, or anything?
Can I do? Because I don't know. Marley. Is that right?
Marley.
Can I? Because he's obviously kind of not really here. Can I do like the basic general kind of outline look to see if there's anything of any potential interest that might pique my interest, as it were, on it being like I don't know, like a big parchment roll, maybe a birth certificate, vital statistics or something like that, in the bag or something, anything that would warrant maybe a closer inspection.
You're saying you want to pat her down?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Just yeah, but like yeah.
Does the rest of the party see this?
I presume so. Yeah, you can do an investigation. Is it investigation for that? Don't really know.
Yeah, investigation
trying to
sounds.
be sneaky about it, or is he just?
I don't think he's. Are you
I'm
being?
not trying to be.
sneaky?
No, not being super sneaky. Kind of just see if there's anything kind of interesting, and then I'll be sneaky afterwards.
The moment he touches me, my hand will reach out and smack him round the mush. I can feel everything. Thank
I
you
haven't
very
touched you yet. I'm just looking. I'm looking. I'm seeing if there's anything that will pique my interest first. So.
Oh, okay. Visually,
Visually.
primarily, you can describe what he can see as your outer person, if you like, from
Okay,
him just looking at you.
Just
Upon
quickly
my
go,
outer
ooh.
person.
Well, you know what
Okay.
you're wearing, if there's anything that might.
I just go
I
quick.
am.
Sorry.
Verily, you can see from closer inspection that her hair has not been cut properly. It looks
Yeah.
like she probably did it herself.
Yeah.
She is wearing a golden circlet around her head.
Yeah.
Partly covered by her hair.
Okay.
She's wearing a red-coloured bodice with gold detailing and a dark blue short travelling cloak and a pair of black breeches.
Yep.
She carries most of her possessions in a single large pouch on her side.
Handbag, yeah.
On her other side is a dagger.
Yep.
And you notice that there is a strange piece of jewellery on her left hand. It looks very well attached. Just a quick glance at it, you can't really see what kind of jewellery it is, just that it is made of gold.
Right. Okay.
It's at this point I mention, hey, this looks like a fun game, and I motion over and I start patting Baron down. I want to play too.
Okay.
Everybody conga.
So you're like.
Okay. So we got a handbag, we got and the jewelry. The jewelry is interesting. I'd like to approach to within as close as I can get before anybody else really kind of starts asking questions like, what am I doing?
Okay, but
see
you did
anything?
actually
I
say
see
you
it.
wanted to pad it down though, so.
Okay, well, no, I didn't. You implied padding down, and I was like,
Okay,
well, that sounds
fair
about
enough.
right. But I'm like, let's
Fair
just
enough.
let's
Okay,
just
so
say
you approach merrily and get up close to have a look at this thing on
This-
her hand.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by the thing on her hand. So can I make it? Do I have to physically touch it, Marlene, in order to discern anything, or will it be a
At the moment, she will be crouched down on the floor because otherwise she'll fall flat on her face because she can't see anything, so she's got no sense of
Okay.
balance. So she's crouched on the
okay.
floor with her hands on the floor, so you would have to lift a hand off the floor. She's got quite big sleeves to this
Okay.
to the hand end of this bodice that she's wearing, so you could pull up the sleeve a little bit, but to get a really good look at it, you'd have to lift a hand up, and she would probably feel that.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to observe her behind for a while, and that'll be fine.
Okay.
Fair
She's
enough.
obviously there you go. She's obviously, and just be like, yeah, well put together.
Baron, what's this game? What are we doing? What's
No, actually, would you like see the gold thing on her wrist? I wouldn't go and see what it says.
I go lay it down on the ground and put my face close to it and look.
What's it say?
Okay.
And then I
The
should be able to-
description.
What's it say? Can you read it? What's it do?
Hold on, I'm looking.
It's covered up mostly. You can just catch a glimpse of. I think it's gold. Is it gold?
It's gold.
It's
got
made
a
of
little bit
gold,
of glint-
and
Little
there are
glint of
some.
gold.
I know that, you fool. What else? What else? Anything else now?
I can't
That's
see
all you
anymore.
can see. That's all you
Yeah,
can
I
see.
can't see
Right.
anymore.
All right. I'm
Drake.
intrigued by it. Well, when she comes back, I'll
Baron.
find out more.
What the hell are you doing?
Nothing.
What the hell are you doing?
Nothing.
Playing
I feel a bit awkward. She's in this crouch position at the moment, and I'm just like, what do we do?
Well, she is talking to you though. She's relaying everything that's happening with Bryn at the moment. Although
I've never seen this
the
before.
cat, the cat has gone with Bryn into a dark area, so its visibility is kind of
Oh,
This is fascinating.
Non-existent, really. But
I've never seen this. I've
so
heard
it's
of
kind of relaying back. It's in a
can
black
safely-
space. Really.
yes,
I can
it's
safely
weird. She
say
did
it
it.
smells funky.
It does smell funky, yes. Okay, so we'll go back to Bryn. What are you doing?
Continuing down the hallway,
Okay. How far?
performing the same actions all the way.
Okay.
All the way down to this entrance over here, which is ironically close to where we began.
Okay.
I'd like to slowly approach this corner. Is there any light coming from around the corner, any different or about the same as it is for this area?
Before you do that, can you do another deception roll, please?
Deception?
I think, yeah, deception. That's what I said last time. Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. I didn't know if it was deception, perception, or something else. So. Rolled a 14. And plus 3, 17.
Okay. Fucking hell. Natural 1. Okay, so you just hear the Nothic and I'm still watching.
Artix, we can't hear you.
Okay, so you carry on. As you get towards the end of the cave, you notice once again that this side of the cave goes from natural rock back to flagstone flooring and dressed stone walls. This part of the cave has once again got these oil burning torches on the wall and is well lit.
Go over to this corner and take around.
Okay, so as you go into the corner, you look down, you see that the pathway just goes straight down. The walls are lined and dressed stone all the way into a dead end.
Well, obviously, I'm going to check these walls and floor extremely carefully for both traps and for secret passageways.
Okay.
So it's going to
this
take
is
me a
gonna
little
take
bit
you-
extra. Yeah, I was going to say it's going to take me a
some
little extra
time as
time.
well. So
Yeah.
While he's doing that, can Rune hear anything, or can I hear anything through Rune?
No smell.
you can hear the kind of munching from the Nothic. He's still crunching down on some of the bodies. Other than that, you can just hear the sort of the brush of Bryn's cloak and things as he's moving as quiet as he can be.
I'd like to take one of the candles that I have, light it off with one of the torches. And while I'm using my eyes, obviously feeling as well, I take the candle and run it close to the wall to also see if I can perceive a draft that may come through a small crack or fissure. That's all I can do.
That hopefully should have opened up that for you.
Just a pre-warning, anybody who's read books that have Kinder in it, I'm going to change my character's personality a bit more like that. So shit's going to go wrong quite often.
So can you roll for it's I think investigation, please.
I rolled a 10 and plus 5, 15.
Yeah, that'll do. So as you get to the other end of the corridor, you search, and once again, now you've seen it a few times, you notice again the similar change in the where one of them's just being slightly, it just doesn't line up slightly. And even in this dim light, using the candlelight, you still manage to notice it, and you find another secret door.
Another one.
At this point, Merrily, you can also see through his candle light what he's seen. You can't obviously see there's a secret door until he opens it, but you can see the corridor that he's walked through, and you gather that he's walked past the Nothic at some point.
I blow out the candle and store it.
And now it goes dark again.
But you said it was lit by torches.
Oh, sorry. Yes, this. Yeah. Sorry, the corridor was light. Yeah, my mistake.
How long has he been away, Miz?
I'd say about 10, 15 minutes, maybe, because he's going quite slow, searching quite thoroughly. So yeah, probably about 10 to 15 minutes by about now.
Just thinking about the guard. They were about another hour before they come back, wasn't it?
They were about as far as you could tell, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I'm just getting a little bit twitchy right now.
Okay. Does anyone want to do anything?
Tell him, can the cat talk back? Does anyone know if the cat can talk back? She can talk to the cat, but no, she can't, can she? Damn.
I can talk to the cat, but I can't talk through the cat.
Okay.
Meow. It's not going to do it, really, is it?
I move up in front of Merrily, bend down into a crouch position, sitting very close, smiling, and making sure that the moment her eyes open, my smiling face is the first thing she sees, inches away.
It's been about 10-15 minutes, guys. We've at some point we are going to have to make a move. We will have guards returning.
Well, I agree.
I kind of listen to where the rest of the group is. I kind of listen to where Bryn is. I'm like, do I hear him? Do I hear anything to the other side? Like, guys, I'm like, I don't hear anything on the other side. What should we do?
We're stuck there. We're stuck in our Artex.
Are you guys curious? Okay, fine. I can go take a look. I stand up and I start walking after Bryn.
Okay.
Bryn,
sorry.
Bryn is sitting on his ass.
Yeah. I said, okay, I'll see you guys. And then there I go.
Have fun. Bye.
I don't know where your character is. Oh, there. Okay. So you
Man,
walk
he's
up
gonna glow in the dark, that blue one.
dark corridor, and that you see exactly what Bryn sees. You enter into the storeroom. Okay, as you're doing that, Bryn, what are you doing?
I listen at the secret or concealed door and also examine it for traps.
Do a perception check for the listening and an investigation for the traps.
Well, I rolled a 20 on the first roll, which I believe you said was for listening. And that would be plus 4, so a natural 20 plus 4. So if I could hear it, I could hear it. And let's see, on the traps part. Yeah. Rolled a 3 plus 5, 8. So more than likely I missed if there is one.
So as far as you can tell, the door looks safe. As you listen and at the door, you can just hear this like drip, 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 drip.
I slowly open the door.
Okay. So as you can open the door, you see yet another brightly lit room. In front of you, you see. Let me just have a quick look. Why is that not working? There you go. Another large flagstone floor. It's within the center of the room. You see, on the get my bloody bearings right.
I'm just saying, it's
for you on the closer side, just by the door, you see a 15-foot by 10-foot wide stone cistern, which occupies like the western side of the room. You see that it's filled with what looks to be fresh, clean water, but you can't make out from where you are at the time. You notice that there are a few barrels and crates alongside one wall. On the far side of the wall, you notice stone stairs going up by about 5 foot, flanking either side. And you can see a sort of ledge at the top of that. In fact, I haven't revealed it to you. Give me a moment.
I kneel down in front of Rune and whisper to Rune, "You come up until this part at this entrance. Don't come through the secret door. Let me check this out."
Okay.
I'll walk into the room.
Okay, so you walk into the room. I'll put you in there. Okay, Marilee, what are you doing with Rune?
Rune's just going to sit there and watch from the door. He just got told not to go in, so...
Doesn't mean you listen. Okay.
Yes, but Marilee will listen. Rune might not, but Marilee does, so she tells him to sit. Well, he's not a dog, obviously, but, you know.
So you just see this white cat go, sits down and waits. Drake, what are you doing?
I'm still carrying off on after Bryn.
Okay.
Casually.
So you enter into the side of the cave, the same way that Bryn came through. And as you do so, the Nothic jumps down in front of you. And all of a sudden you hear the voice piercing into your head. "Ah, little man, you're small to be around here. What are you doing? I believe you cannot pass."
Oh, hi, it's you again. Why can't I pass? We came through earlier. We fed you. What's going on? I'm following
I
you.
hunger, and you look tasty. I've been told that I got to stop anybody from coming through here, and you are one of them. Get ready, because I am going to eat you.
Well, that's a bugger. It's at this point that I bolt as quickly as possible.
That's at this point you need to roll for initiative.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
And all of you need to roll for initiative.
I told you I'm going to be playing like a kinder.
This is not going to go well because I'm still
Can't
in
hear
the
you.
cat.
12.
So, how do we know that this is going on? Anyway, just curious.
Yes.
You don't.
What?
You don't.
Why do I roll initiative?
So why are we rolling?
Because you're still part of the scenario. So if something happens, you need to know what order you're going to be in if you're going to try and come in and help or whatever.
Okay.
At the moment, you don't know what's going on.
Okay, cool.
25.
Big numbers. Come on. Come on. I was so close to being in double digits for the first time. 9 minus 1.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, that's not gonna help.
8.
Now, I'm going to lend you my dice because this just gave me a
You
natural
suck.
20. I'll lend you my dice.
I'm going to have to go buy some more. I bought these ones. These were meant to be good. I'm so
Brent?
disappointed.
I
What'd
got
you
a
roll?
pack of 6 sets of 7 dice
17 plus 5.
for £9
22.
on Amazon. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I should try and get some more, I think.
Other vendors do exist. I've just been reminded to.
Okay.
Thanks.
Hmm?
What did you roll for initiative?
17.
Oh, I need to roll for Joseph.
Drake?
12.
Somebody just moved my token.
Oh, which one's you?
The purple.
Oh, I'll give you this. Have the grey one because Josefina's. Oh, why is she purple? Is she normal? Oh, yeah, she is. Okay, I have this grey one. I'll rename it. There you go.
I didn't know what colour to be, so I just picked the first one.
No,
I could
that's
see,
fine.
which was purple.
Oh, shit. I'm at the
There you
bottom
go.
again. Aren't I?
You can recolor it if you want. What colour do you like?
Bryn? What number?
13.
Oh God, no.
What colour do you want?
Just put it back to what it
There
was.
you go.
That's fine. Also, merrily
Right.
with an A.
Oh, you're
Sorry.
merrily. It's fine.
Merrily.
Yeah.
Suits her
Okay,
hair.
so
right?
is that everybody's initiative rolled? Okay, so Drake, where did you roll?
12.
12. Okay, so you just beat the Nothic, so you get to go first.
Disengage and run. Full speed. Dash.
Okay, so what's that, about 50 feet for you, isn't it?
Okay, yeah, 25 yards, 50 feet.
Okay, so I'd say 5, 10, 15, 20. So you can probably get back to the room, I would say. You certainly kind of scuttle off back to the room.
As I enter the room, I'm like, oh, look, guys, I bring our Nothic friend to come play with us. Get ready.
I pull my bone arrow out.
I'll move to the door.
Yeah. So, okay. I'm gonna go and protect Marlina. Marilo. That one.
Yeah.
Just pick a name. Pick a name.
Cat lady.
It's part of the character. He struggles with names. I'm going to.
I'm going to cause so much problems for this group.
Oh shit! Good job, little fellow. Good job.
Yep. Every group needs a Kinder.
Could do with some backup in here, guys. Feel free to get in here.
Okay, so you're in there. Next up is it's actually the Nothic's turn. So the Nothic is going to. He's going to go back into hiding.
Oh.
Natural 20.
Ah.
So yeah, that's the end of Nothic's turn.
Are you sure you saw something, Drake?
Yeah, the Nothic said he was supposed to stop anybody trying to get past. I don't know how Bryn got past. And he wanted to eat me, so I decided, well, I might.
Did you eat some of the cheese? Did you eat some of the cheese?
Was it blue?
Yeah, I'm blue, and I'm not in the mood to be very, very snacky with him at the moment. So I did the most sensible thing and bolted. Peer down the corridor to see if he's coming.
What is a Nothic anyway?
Oh, okay. All of a sudden, I take out my scrolls, take a little, what pen? It's they don't have pens, so what is it? Quill. Then I start drawing a Nothic for him. I'll show you now. Just hold on. When I'm finished,
Not the hick.
That's a Nothic.
Is it any good?
Is it any good?
Does it need
Okay,
to roll
so
for artistry?
We'll say for now that we'll keep the initiative rolls, but you're out of combat again, just because he's gone into hiding.
Okay.
Or he hasn't come for you. Put it that way. You don't actually know he's going to hide him.
We don't see nothing. Often
You don't see nothing.
Yeah, warning. I get distracted very quickly. That's why I stopped combat and started drawing. So that's what he looks like.
Well,
okay. I warily take my boat down.
Bryn's been away for a while, guys. I don't know about you, but maybe we should move forward, deal with this Nothic, and rejoin up with him and see how he's been getting on. I'm worried about is Marilily is she speaking at all anymore?
We need to protect her while she's in a daze, I think.
We could wake her up just by carrying her.
What I can say is she's just basically standing there looking at this partly open door, because that's where Bryn's left her.
I'm sure a quick
Best
pat
we
on the
can.
ass will wake her up. No problem.
Brune. Baron. This drawing's for you. There you go. There you go. Take it. It's yours. All yours.
I already had it, but I'll take it back.
Can
Oh,
you
yeah, that-
see anything
I always need to
from
Looks
put
where?
nasty. Looks nasty.
Room can just see a partially opened door. You can see into the room. You can see like the back of Bryn because he's walked into the room. You can see a couple of old vases by the doorway, and you can probably just about see the stone system that's in the room is 2 foot up from the floor level, so you can just see this kind of stone wall. That's probably about all you can see from there.
Guys, this Nothic is taking very long. I could go check it and see if he's coming. He should have been
No,
here.
don't go again. If you clearly thought you saw something, I think maybe we should send who's some of our
Well, don't go
capable
alone.
warriors
Don't
here.
go alone.
He wants. Maybe we should send a couple people.
Did the Nothic say anything?
Yes, he said that anybody trying to get past him, he's going to stop them. Like I said, I don't know how. Bryn probably got Bryn probably got past because he's invisible. That must be it. But when I tried to get there, he was full on going to snack on me, and this blue flesh is not for snacking.
And that's all he said.
Yep. And then all right.
Maybe with bigger
Maybe you
numbers,
did
you
eat
might
the
be able to
cheese.
intimidate him. You might be able to intimidate him. This
Ooh.
Nothic creature. So maybe if I can stay here with
Or we can lure
Lillian.
him out.
I haven't intimidated anyone in a while. I could do that.
Can we wait? Sorry, guys. Can we? I'm like standing there, like look at the drawing. I'm like, obviously, Kane has seen something that might be there. It's the creature that we saw before. So perhaps we can entrap it. Maybe we can put like a snack in the middle of the ground. Maybe it might come out because it sounds like it's hungry.
Artix, you've seen it. It's the thing we fed the bodies to.
Yes. So it's the same thing. So that's what I'm saying.
Same thing.
Do we have
Baron.
any goodies here?
Baron,
I don't.
when we came into the cave earlier, you weren't with us. We were confronted by this Nothic fellow. Intimidating him might not be the easiest thing, as seeing when he eats Red Baran's whole. We basically bribed our way past him by feeding him too. So
Second problem
that
is, I think
might be an issue with him.
We do have more bodies. We could bribe him again, maybe.
Just like put a snack out for him.
therein lies the
Prob-
problem.
The problem you've got is if I have to stay here with Lillian, and
Lillian.
and someone needs to stay here and make sure she's okay. So we'll only be able to get partial bribery. The first group will only be able to bribe him and get past, and then the next group will have to bribe him. At some point, we may have to deal with this creature. So I don't know if you guys are up to it. Maybe we should try and tackle it as a group and get rid of it.
Guys, I just had a thought. I'm thinking this bribe isn't going to work because I'm guessing this is the path Glasstaff took, or the Yarno took to run away. Yarno probably now told them to stop us. So I'm guessing the bribe's probably not going to work. He's just going to flat out attack us.
Well, no, not to bribe him, just to like put some flesh in the middle so it draws him out into the open so that we all can engage him at the same time. Not bribe.
Oh, okay.
Drake,
Okay,
you're the
yeah,
fighter.
How
I'm
are you
right
going to put
behind you.
flesh? How are you going to put flesh in though?
We have some bodies, don't we? Surely, somewhere.
How are you going to do it without him seeing you? Is what I mean.
Just like take a bit of flesh and just throw it like there in the middle, maybe.
You know, I could just
Okay.
be live bait, carry a body in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like
Something like that.
chop a piece of chicken leg off and throw it in the corner and see what happens.
I could just
can
use
say-
the whole body.
Okay.
You guys do that.
We can
While
throw
this is
Druid in
going
there.
on, Bryn, what do you want to do?
Thank you. I'd like to move further into the room.
Okay.
I look down. I'm looking around as I move further in, and I casually look down to see if Rune is following.
Rune is currently sitting in the where you told it to sit or stay.
Wait a minute. What's the distance of that telepathy thing?
I turn around and go back to Rune,
Mm-hmm.
and I whisper to Rune, "Rune, tell Mary Lee bring everyone up to where you are now. You follow me from here.
I will relay what has just been said.
So
Then I'll
basically,
stand
you
back.
all, Marilee has just told you all that Bryn says come up to where Rune is.
All right, guys, we have like a monster on our one side, or like go investigate on the other side.
And is Marilee out of her trance now?
I'm going to withdraw from the trance. We've been told to go, so I'm going to withdraw from my trance. Moving back into my own senses. It's always a bit of a shock, so I take a sharp intake of breath and wobble a little bit as I focus on, refocus, I should say, on what's around me.
I jump up to
You're-
Marianne.
Pardon me, sir, you're awfully close. Did something happen?
I hop up and down. Marianne,
Okay.
you should have seen. I got bored and Brune went all the way sneaking that way, and that stupid Nothic thing popped out and it didn't want to let me cross, and it wanted to eat me, and then it started chasing me and I ran, and now I'm back here.
Oh. It sounds like he's been told to stop us, I suppose.
He said
Wouldn't-
something like that.
Wouldn't surprise me. Glasstaff, you know. Why keep the
Exactly.
Nothic around if you're not going to use it?
Well, I mean, for me, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of his and 1 of him. So I say, let's go fuck his day up.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, Marilee, I do love that gold bracelet you have on your arm. I would love to hear after this a little bit more about that. It's fabulous.
Well, if I share about my bracelets, you can share about your mask of many faces thing.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'll make that a deal. After all this Squid Adventures, let's have a drink and we can have a chat.
Okay.
Make it a date.
Okay.
I'll tell you mine if you show me yours.
She doesn't know what she's just agreed to. She's a little bit. She just wants to
Let's
see
go.
that mask because she wants to.
Yeah. Let's go.
Nice.
Let's go.
Guys,
Okay,
before
come on,
we
you
leave,
guys doing?
Lead on, Thal.
just a question. If we're going to, I was thinking, if we're going to confront the Nothic, should we not take him from 2 sides? One party come up from the south of the river or crevice, the other take the secret passage up, so we can split at least. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Let's just keep the archers in the back, have a sword and boards in the front.
Yeah, I'd
See
say
what
so. Let's
happens.
have Thrall at the front here. It's big enough, big target. It'd be fine.
Drake, I follow you.
I'm going to get some meat first. So I want to go back and get one of the bodies.
Okay.
Okay, we wait. We wait for Fallon.
I just stand still, just like watching to see that everything's okay, like watching for motion anyway.
Okay. So Fallon picks up a body and then comes back again. Is that right?
I already start walking down the
It
passage.
might be 3. We don't know.
Miserable.
Waiting
I
for
start
this.
walking down the passage to that
Okay.
corner by the storage room, and I peek out to see if there's anything there around the corner. Just my head sticking out.
Okay, so you're going to go to the corner. What's everybody else doing? Sorry. So who's next?
Oh,
No, the
I'll
corner.
bring up the rear.
Yeah,
I'll bring up
Oh,
the
okay.
rear.
I'm checking into this room.
As far as you can see, it's as empty as it was the last time you went.
Hey guys, it's clear all the way to me at the moment.
I'm going back to get one of the corpses. The last room is.
Okay. So you go back and get one of the corpses. As you do so, the rest of you, I presume, are following Drake out, or?
No, I'm waiting for the big man.
Waiting for the
Okay,
big guy.
you're waiting for Thalin. Okay. So while Thalin's heading back to go and get one of the bodies, Bryn, all of a sudden you hear within your head again. There is some tasties here. Tasties are behind you. I think you need to come back, little man, and come and sort them out. Come back from where you are.
Wow, the echo effect I hear in my headphones. Is
Yeah.
I was like, did I really hear it in my head?
it's perfect. Okay.
I say in my head, Nothic, you need to let them pass per our previous agreement. Do you remember the fresh flesh that we gave you earlier?
I have no agreement with you, you little man. I have been told to stop them, and I will stop them. You should be doing your job. Why aren't you doing your job? Come back and stop these. I want tasty food.
You crack me up. You know that, right?
He's hungry.
It's not funny. He's going to kill you all.
He's hungry.
Adventure nuggets.
Am I back?
Are you going to respond? Or
Oh,
I don't
we can
know
hear
what
him.
to
Sorry.
respond.
We can hear
No,
him.
no,
just
no, no.
now.
You can't.
No,
Only
no.
Bryn.
Sorry. I was going to say.
Did you say no, Bryn?
Yeah, I don't know what I can respond to.
Okay.
I will probably quickly take a look around this room. Just walk around the cistern or that fountain-looking area. What is that in the corner? Is that like a fish statue that the water's pouring out of or something?
As you look towards that end of it, there's you notice that there's a statue of there's like a drain pipe coming down into the top of the back end of the statue. In front of it is the statue of a woman holding like an urn that's pouring towards the cistern, and you're just seeing a little bit of water that's dripping out. You presume that the rain is coming from from the roof, goes down the drain pipe and pours out into this deep cistern. So, as this is happening, Thalin, you come back to the rest of the group. Bryn, behind you, the Nothic appears, and yeah, I'll go back up to you guys first of all. So you guys are all grouped together. Drake, you're still in the corridor. The rest of what are you planning on doing? So Thalin comes back with the body. What are you doing?
I'll just head through the passage and into the main chamber with the body.
Okay.
Follow him as soon as he gets to me. I'll walk with him.
Okay. So we have Drake up front. Then we have Thalin. What next? Who's going next?
I'm following. Yes.
Ranger.
Drew? What next?
I'm still just checking around.
I'll take Droop by the hand and lead him toward the back.
Where are we going? Where are you taking me? I don't want to go into that room. That thing is nasty.
Don't worry, Droop. I said I'd look after you. Now, come on. You don't want to be left here alone, do you?
But it eats us.
Not
You
if,
haven't told him his dessert.
not if we get it first.
Okay. So you managed to convince him and pull him with you into the room. I'll say Josefina comes up from the rear next to you as well. So as Artex and Baron, what are you two doing?
Admiring Marlina's behind still, so I was going to follow behind, really.
Okay.
I'm watching out for enemies because that's always a good idea.
Okay, I'll say you're bringing up the rear, kind of looking out for things rather than people's houses. Okay,
Yeah,
so
well,
as you get to about
well,
that end.
everything's covered. Everything's covered. It's all good.
He's checking
that
around.
end of the
checking
cave, I need you all once again to roll initiative.
Come on, baby. Come on.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Ooh,
11.
it's my first 20 in weeks.
I made double figures finally.
You made double figures.
Woo! It was 12 and -1.
Initiative. Where is it gone? +2.
I'm gonna make my
19 for Josefina.
I'm gonna make my dice bounce off my keyboard a lot more if that happens.
And
Bryn?
11.
6.
Initiative.
6 or 16?
6.
Bye, Bryn. It was nice knowing you.
Is that everyone?
Is that everybody's? Sorry, is that everybody's?
Just quick.
Yes.
This, I'm got my hooded landed unhooded so that I can at least see what's going on.
Okay, well, the room that you're standing in currently is bright light. There's torches burning on there. However, the cave
Okay.
is dark, so your light will shine into the cave a little bit.
And
Bryn?
it's just so that I don't have disadvantages when I fight.
What did you have, Bryn?
17. 12 plus 5.
I think that's everyone.
Okay. So, one moment. The Nothic is going to. Can't delete the wall, but the door's open. Okay. So the Nothic goes first, and he's going to do a
What? I
rotting.
got a natural 20.
Yes, but you don't know what's going on, and the Nothic is right around the corner attacking Bryn. So,
You're not the DM.
so you can be a natural 20 all you like. Yeah, you're not doing anything. So he's going to attack with a rotting gaze onto Bryn. And you've got to do a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay.
Ooh, excellent. Constitution saving throw. 22 total.
Okay, well, I'll do it. So you kind of feel this like gaze upon you as you hear and smell the Nothic behind you, and as this like almost feel like it's starting to burn you, you just kind of manage to shrug it off, and it has no effect. And that's the end of the. Actually, he's not close. He's going to move back down the corridor a little bit. And that's the end of his turn. So we go to the top of the round, and
Just
we've
to
got
let
Artex.
you know, Rune, seeing the Nothic, is going to come running out of the hallway, yowling.
Okay. Into the cave.
Yeah, into the crevasse.
Okay. What, down into the crevasse? Like,
No, into the room.
That's what you said.
Cats always land on it. Yeah, I know. Cats land on their feet. It's fine. He's just going to come running back. Like,
Okay, no problem. So yeah, Artex, it's your turn.
Can I see the nothing at all?
You can't see anything, no. Have you got dark vision? You can see into the cave if you have. Yeah, you can see into the cave, but that's about all you can see.
Damn it. I take a defensive stance and I peer through the darkness looking for any motion.
Okay. That's in your turn then. Josefina, she's going to come up to this side into the room slightly. No, that's Artex. I won't do that.
Oh, I fell down.
okay.
You're going to come up to this side, sorry.
I'm upside down.
Okay. Next up is Brune. What do you want to do, Brune?
Did we hear the cat? Did I hear the cat?
Probably not.
He wasn't being quiet. You know how a cat sounds when you step on its tail.
True, but
Or
it's
in the
quite
middle of a
far
night when
away.
there's two of them fighting.
True. Okay.
And it would echo in here.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, it would echo. Okay. Roll for. Well, you'd say your passive perception is high enough. Yeah, I'd say you did hear it then. Quite
I
high.
think we got to move up. There might be something happening at the end of a corridor, so I move up to. I don't want to sprint ahead, but I'll move up to the first bridge,
Okay.
which is about my range
Your
of
movement.
25 feet.
Yep.
Being cautious, I walk up, bow. Guess I'll keep the bow out.
Thalin, your turn. And then Marilee, you're after that.
So definitely heard the cat. I'll just move the 30 feet with the body still.
But you heard the cat. It doesn't signify anything other than the cat being noisy.
That's why I'm not dashing.
Like, it's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops. So I'll tell you got just in front of Brune. Okay, Marilee.
I'm going to move just inside the entrance to the cavern.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Dancing Lights,
Okay.
and I'm going to place them in a line along this section of the cave. I don't know, can you see my purple hand?
Yeah.
Along this section here, the full range is 120 feet. So as far as I can, evenly spaced to light up this entire section
Okay.
along here.
So you just these 4 globes of light just dot up into the air, go, and scatter across, casting light across the cave in a line. Okay, so in your turn. Drake, you're next.
Taking out a flask of a bottle of oil, keeping it ready, and moving next to Brune.
Okay.
Checking around, looking for the Nothic.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Did you get 11, Baron?
You did.
Yes, I did, yeah.
Okay, your turn next then.
I will join everybody by the bridge.
Okay.
Just a quick question. Just quick. How did the other initiatives beat the natural 20 that went before me?
You're not at the end.
No,
Huh?
but it doesn't make sense. I rolled 20 and the other guys still go ahead of me. That doesn't make sense.
Because they had over 20?
Yeah, I rolled a 20, but my initiative is 24.
Well, you should have said that it's 24 then, not
Sorry.
20. I didn't realize, like, I'm not.
Sorry, no. That
yeah.
mistake was with me.
Move your
Yes.
thing up to 20. Why are you down on 12 anyway?
Finger fell?
Didn't we roll
No,
again?
You was down on 12 initiative for some reason. You
No.
should have been on 20 at least. I don't know why that was, but.
Must have missed them.
Yeah, because it's a
That's
natural
right.
20, natural 20 plus the 4.
Yeah, sorry. You should have been at the top anyway, but I don't know why you was down there. Okay, so
It doesn't really matter.
not at the moment. No, luckily we're in combat, so well. Ish. Okay, so that's Baron. You just moved up. Is there anything you want to cast or anything, or is that just your end of your turn?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So next up is the Nothic again, and he's going to try and do a rotting gaze again onto Bryn. Yeah, Bryn. So can you roll for that again, please? Constitution saving throw.
Now, the door is barely open, and you said he moved back. He can still get a line of sight on me?
When he came down to the thing, he sort of like opened the door so he can see through it, because that's why he came up towards the door. Otherwise, he would have stayed back in the first place. So he's moved back, but he's got like a line of sight, not so that he couldn't see you.
Okay.
Or he could. I mean, he's got movement as well, so he can move so that he can see you. But yeah, he's got a line of sight.
Okay. Okay. I rolled a 12
That's a good help.
with +3, 15 on the Constitution save.
15.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that passes. So once again, you feel the gaze come up on your back, starts covering you. You almost feel like this intenseness to it, and you manage to once again to shrug it off. So he fouls on that. So it's your turn now.
I slammed the door. Well, I closed the door and throw my body against it, as in put my body, lean into it so that he can't open it.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to do. So I'm bracing myself against the door.
Okay. I'm going to go back up to the top of the round then. So, Drake, it's your turn again.
That's not very nice. No.
Oh, carry
What
on
did you want to
down.
do? What did you want to do? No.
Carry on down. As far as I can go, my full movement down passage, still carrying on looking for the Nothic. Got my bottle ready.
Okay, so you can get to about there. Okay.
That's it.
Next up is Artex, please. After Artex, it's Josefina, then Brune, just so you know.
I take myself and I move up to the larger part of the group as well. Upside down, apparently.
Can you throw some?
Wow. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
You're drunk, clearly.
Do you want to do anything else? It's okay. Just.
I just like see if I can see anything. Listen if I can hear anything.
From where you are, you still can't see anything at all.
Okay.
It's quiet there.
It's my turn.
Okay. Next up, Josefina is going to come around into this gap here. Just kind of stand out of the way a little bit. Next up is Brune, please, and then Thalin.
Just moving down the corridor. Going
As far
to
as you can go, or
far as I can go.
So you're just in front of.
Okay, just behind the fighter.
Just behind the fighter, okay. Is that the end of your turn?
That would be the end of my turn.
Thalin, what would you like to do?
Move forward and over to the side of the crevasse and see if the body I threw down there earlier is still there.
To the side, okay.
As
As you look down, you notice that. Do a perception roll for me, please.
19.
You notice that the first body that you gave him looks like it's gone. The second one, it's been gnawed out a little bit on the leg, but the rest of it looks like it's still there and fine.
I used whatever I've got left of movement to boards with everyone.
Okay. So let's say you managed to get about there. Next up is Merrily.
I'm going to.
And Baron is you next.
I'm going to move down the cavern. Going to stay toward the back of the main group up here, but
Okay, so you can get to about there.
you know.
Is that okay?
Yep, that's fine.
Baron, you're next, please.
Yeah, just gonna mark. Just keep same thing. Just gonna keep
Same thing,
my
just
distance.
keep up,
Yeah, just get up there, stay close to everyone. You know, if anything shit goes down, I'm there.
Okay.
Hey.
Next up is the Nothic. So he's going to push at the door. So I'm going to need you to do a strength check for me, please.
All right. Rolled a 5, and that is it.
Okay, so as you're leaning against the door, sort of trying to hold it back, all of a sudden you just as the wall kind of just thrusts forward, and you get pushed forward as the Nothic manages to blast the door open. You kind of stumble forwards a little bit, and he comes through.
Dumb question, Liz. How does he see him?
Because he already knows he's there, and he's seen him shut the door.
Do we hear him? Do we hear this happening?
No.
No. Okay. Damn, so I can't go charging because I heard something. Okay.
If I can get him. Well, he's in there anyway. So he's going to do a claw attack because obviously his rotting gaze isn't working. So he's going to do 2 attacks.
Is he able to do that? I figured his action was the opening the door.
Sorry.
I'm asking. I'm not.
No, you're probably right. It probably was an action to smash the door open, I suppose. If they have a multi-attack, does that the second one count as like the bonus action like it does with the PC?
I don't know.
Well,
it
two
can
attacks or
do.
two
I think it depends.
2 attacks.
I think Asnog might be better to this one because this is.
I'd say you probably can get 1 attack from it.
That makes sense. Because 2 attacks are like 2 actions. You've spent 1 breaking the door, so it makes sense that you would have another attack. I don't know.
Okay, he says I can't, so there you go. He just comes through. Down. And this looks at you. Okay, and that's going to be the end of his turn. So, Bryn, it's your turn next.
I'm next. I thought somebody was before me.
Yeah, the Nothic.
Okay. Disengage and come right back through this hallway as far as I can go.
Okay. Disengage, and then it's you can probably get just to the end, I think.
Probably.
Okay. That's the end of your turn, so we'll go back up the round again for round 3, and it's Drake, it's your turn.
Okay. Since I don't know what's going on there, I'm going to move as far as I can to the, if I can, to the edge of this corner and peek my head in to see what's going on and then take a peek back.
Where are you?
I was here.
Okay, yeah, you can make it to the end, so you get to the end.
And it's like,
and you peek around the corner, and you see, because this corridor, you kind of glare a little bit because the corridor is quite brightly lit in that section, and you see Bryn, standing there at the end.
No, he doesn't.
Hey, I caught Bryn.
If you still got that invis on, is it? How long's it been?
I have an attack, and it should last an hour.
Okay, so you don't see anything. Sorry, you just see this. So you see down the corridor, you see the torches up, and then you see this like broken door at the other end.
Okay, I report back. Hey guys, door's broken at the end here.
Well, it's more of a crumpled in wall than a broken door, actually, because there was a secret door made of stone. So
yeah, something severe happened this side.
Okay. That's the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Artex, you're next.
Can I at least now see the nothing or still nothing?
From where you are, no, not yet. You've heard, you hear Drake shout back that there's the door's broken down, but that's what you heard.
I still move just a slightly bit forward to where the rest of the group is. Also, just
okay.
Sorry, Miz. The spell will end if Bryn attacks the creature.
Yeah, he hasn't attacked though. He disengaged. So yeah.
So if he does, it will disappear.
Okay.
my turn.
Okay. Josefina, she's going to kind of go, oh, what's going on? Blah, 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 and walk up a little bit. Next up is Bryn.
She's going to kill you for that. But
Yeah, she's totally gonna like hang you out.
Put rules on you.
And it's been recorded for posterity's sake.
I follow.
I don't know what all the fuss is about. All this nonsense going through this cave. Come on, let's make our way through.
You're just
That's
making
better.
You're just making it worse for yourself, you know.
He's good at digging those holes.
Yeah. Did somebody lend him a bigger shovel?
I don't think he
If-
needs one.
That was
If I can reach
Well done.
the corner of a corridor, I will.
Yeah.
Else I'll stay behind Drake.
Yeah, you get to there. You were the same as Drake. You just see an empty corridor with the hole at the end.
I see less. I don't have night vision.
It's all lit up there, so you can see that. Okay.
That's it.
So next up is Stalin, and then Marilee, please, and then Baron, you're next.
I'll move a little bit closer and throw the corpse over the heads of the halflings for rushing forwards.
Okay. Do a strength check for me, please.
And he hits an invisible Bryn.
19.
Huh?
19.
Okay. Yeah, Bryn, can you do a let's say dex check
With advantage?
with advantage? Why would you have advantage?
Because I can see him coming around the corner.
He's technically not,
I'm not
being
coming
aimed
round
at,
the-
I suppose.
I'm not coming
Yeah, but
around
you
the
didn't
corner.
expect him to just
Well,
throw
yeah,
his
this is
body at you, so you're not getting advantage.
I think it's a moot point because I rolled a 19 and my +6 makes it a 25.
Okay, so this body you just see go like he puts all his force behind it, goes flying in the air. It kind of just goes about your head height. You manage to just duck down easily as it passes over your head, and this body just like splats onto the floor in a pile behind you. Is that the end of your turn, Thalin?
Yeah. that-
Marilee, you're next, then, please. And then Baron.
I forgot to press my
Bring it
button,
through.
sorry.
Okay.
Derp. I'm going to move up as close behind Thalin as I can get, and for my action, I'm going to pull the dancing lights along after me so that they follow, so that they move with me.
Okay, no problem.
Make sure
They
that
just
this area
go
we're in
across.
is well lit.
Yeah, there's torches as well, so it's pretty well lit there by now. Baron, your turn, please.
Yeah, so I'm going to come to the end of. Can I see around the? Can I physically walk around the corner from where I am? Is that a possibility?
Let's say
I'm
if
just
the room
judging the
was
time.
20,
30 foot. I'm just looking at the 30.
what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
So I'm, like,
30.
right
Yeah, you
there.
could probably push your way past them and get to the
Okay.
simple spot to where.
And how wide is this? Is it 5 foot roughly across?
Yeah, it's roughly about 5 foot, just
Okay.
slightly over 5 foot.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the end, and then for my action, I'm going to cast Minor Illusion, and I'm going to make the wall, technically, that's behind me, in front of me.
Okay,
But not
you're going to be
But
about
not
there.
but not fully, just enough, like about 4 foot from the edge, so that I can just, well, not fully actually, not fully. That'd be
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
So all of a sudden,
I
this wall
can-
appears in front of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
and
So,
blocks
so the
everybody
wall would
else's
be for
face,
his side. I'm like a two-way mirror, so I can see through the wall, but he can't see
Yeah.
backwards. So I
Okay.
can see all the way down.
I don't know if that works, but
Oh,
for now, I don't know if you can
It's a minor illusion. It
more
just
illusion as
yeah.
well, but...
It just says it's a minor illusion. It isn't. I don't think I don't think there's a rule about.
Well,
two
no, it's
errors.
not a
I
real
think
wall, but if it's going to block his vision, it should block your vision as well, I think.
He's suddenly going to see a wall and he's like, what is there a wall?
where I come from,
Yeah.
we have two-way mirrors. Do you not have two-way mirrors in this side of the world?
Two-way walls!
Yeah, it's a common
So
thing. It's like
you,
glass-
all of a
glass
sudden, in
walls.
front of Bryn, this wall just stands up, and you notice that the corridor is now
Stone wall.
blocked with a brick wall. So now it's going to be the Nothics' turn again. He's going to, seeing that now that there's like just a closed wall and just Bryn at the end of the corridor, he's going to charge down and he's going to attack. So let me just roll.
So much for the bait.
Yeah.
14. Where's this to hit? So one is 18 and the other one is a 12.
The 18 hits.
Okay. So he's going to do 1d6. 3. 7 points of damage. So he kind of just reaches out. His claws just like scratch the back of your head and just down the back of your neck. And that's the end of his turn. So your turn.
Just a note, Miz, if the orc walks around the corner and he's taller than my 5-foot cube pretend wall, just his head will appear. Don't walk around the corner. His head will appear.
I'll cast Booming Blade
Okay.
and attack.
So Booming Blade is, if I can find it.
Great, I rolled a 19. And I am, let's see, right there. And I am +6 to hit, so that would be 25 to hit.
Sorry, that hits. Yeah.
And I rolled a 4 + 4 be 8 points to him. And of course, the Booming Blade is applied, I think. So after that, I will disengage.
How many points of damage, sorry?
I rolled a 4 + 4, so 8 points total for
8 points of damage. Okay.
And then the Booming Blade's applied, but I haven't rolled it until he moves, obviously.
Yeah.
Do I believe that that's a real wall? Because I know it wasn't there a few minutes ago.
I'd say you.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand you, Miz.
I would say you would know that there wasn't a wall there before, so
then what
your group can do that sort of thing. So
what I
would say you presume that it's not a wall.
Right, I'm presuming it's an illusion. I just wanted to make sure it was okay, or if you need me to roll anything. And so what I'd like to do for my bonus action using, I forgot what it's called. I'll start with a U. A cunning action. I want to disengage and run through the wall.
Okay.
And go 30 feet down the hallway that I thought was there.
I would say you're kind of going to struggle to get through 30 feet because there's so many people there.
Right.
Probably count that as like half.
Dex or something. That's fine. Half.
So it's difficult movement, so I'd say you can move half.
Sure.
So I'd say you can probably come out to about where Merrily is.
Okay, and I am visible now.
Yeah, so for the rest of you, or at least, you just kind of all of a sudden see Bryn come through the wall that Baron put up. And he just comes like darting through. He kind of like bumps into you all and tries to sort of run past you, like a scramble in his sort of panic as he comes past.
What's a
Panic?
panic?
Not panic.
Panic?
Just like
Hey, wait a minute here. This is a strategic retreat. What are you talking about?
That's also known as panic.
There goes my illusion. Fuck. Whoopsie.
I'm gonna take a bio real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Since I just had my turn.
So it's back up to Drake. It's your turn.
Okay, well, I'm assuming since Bryn came rushing past that something is chasing him, not necessarily aware that it's the Nothics. So I am going to chuck out my ball bearings again through the illusionary wall.
Okay. How many are you throwing?
A handful.
Okay.
It covers what about square area of about 10 feet on the side, and so chucking it out, and it's basically
you just see
going
your
to.
ball bearings go towards the wall and then just vanish.
I will at least warn the group. Hey, listen, guys, ball bearings out.
Okay. Is that your end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Next up is Artix.
Still,
and Joseph. Go on.
sorry. Like, I'm not going to cast Fireball because bad things would happen right now. All of us are like pretty bunched up on the assumption that there's an enemy around the corner.
Yep.
Bad things can happen here. I'm sorry, I did decide, but I'm going to caught between a rock and a hard place. I'm going to do nothing. I'm just going to stand and go.
Okay. As far as you're aware, nothing's happening, so you're just going to do nothing. Josefina's going to make her way up to the similar level to you and not do much else.
You could hold your attack.
Sorry, well, she can hold her attack until anything comes past, but otherwise, yeah. Next up is Brune and then Thalin.
Brune is muted.
Brune is muted, so he's just gonna.
Sorry. I take it that what I just see the wall in front of me.
Yeah. I mean, you're.
Okay.
I presume you'd gather that he's put the wall up. I already told you anyway, so you know it's an.
Yes, no, I know that. I was just confused that the one-way mirror story. Seeing that I can't see through it, and I don't know what's in that sound, I'm going to fall back slightly, and if I can hold my attack, I will. But else, I just fall back behind the fighters.
Okay, so
Underneath
that's you're not going to be able to fit there. You can probably squish all the way right to the back if you want to.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay, and then that's into your movement because it's difficult for you to get past everybody. So that half your movement.
Anyway,
What?
sure.
Were you?
No,
yeah.
I'm fine. I'm fine with where I am. It's cool.
I think it's
That's
hide through.
100.
When you're small through a person, isn't it? Hide you can do or something.
You can pass
I
through,
can move.
Through someone's legs.
Yeah.
You can pass through allies' spaces as if no one was there.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. So you can get through as far as you want.
But I have no problem. I just don't want to. I want to move slightly back
Be at the
because,
front.
yeah, I don't know what's on the side of this wall. Well, I've got a good idea, but
Okay.
shield.
Thalin, it's your turn next, and then Marilee.
Bryn, what's going on?
And Nothic is right behind me. He's an attacker. Show no mercy.
I go into a rage and charge around the corner.
Damn it.
Barbarians!
So you've got enough movement to squish through. You go through the illusionary wall. You just kind of just see the wall and just run through it. And you come
Over the
face to
bearings.
face to the Nothic.
And
Saving throw.
just swing at him
The
with
wall's
my
gone.
axe.
The wall is gone. People
Yeah.
running backwards and forwards disrupts the illusion. There's no illusion anymore. It's
I
gone.
could kind of see
Okay.
a little bit over it, so
It's just gone. It's just gone.
roll to
Not
hit
around.
them.
Wait, he has to make a save for the ball bearings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you've got to do a save first because you just run across ball bearings.
DC 10.
What's that? Is it a dexterity save?
Yeah, dexterity 10.
Yeah.
dexterity is 16, and to hit was
Okay, that hits. So you kind of manage to
Nice.
stand. You just kind of crush the ball bearing. Stand on them, no problem.
There goes the plan.
Solved.
13 damage.
Okay. So you come charging through, and you just like this rage filling your eyes pop out as you just swing. It managed to cut straight across its like stomach, and you just see this blade. You feel the blade sort of sinking and like slow down as it just reaches into his stomach and slices through.
That's me.
Okay. I think it was Marilee next.
Yep. I'm going to
Baron,
move
you're up.
back over to near the bridge over
Okay.
here. Yep. And I'm going to prepare a firebolt and hold it for as soon as a Nothic comes around the corner. I think that should give me a line of sight.
Okay.
And 1 second, let me double check. Yeah. As soon as it comes around the corner, oh no, wait, I'll have to go through Bryn. But
It'd be all right.
it'd be fine. Just duck. Yeah, I'll hold that firebolt until I can see the Nothic come around the corner.
Okay. Baron, you're next.
Yeah, so I can see the Nothic, Nothic thing, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Yeah. Natural 20.
Nice.
Woohoo!
That's double.
I'd say that
digits.
hits.
First time with these dice.
Yeah.
Who are you? What have you done with madness?
Finally. Okay, so I'm just sorry. I wasn't even expecting to get any further than that, if I'm honest. Okay, so 1d10. Okay, 1d10.
1d10 doubled because it's a natural 20.
Crit. Yeah.
Oh, what? Really? Oh shit! I
Yeah.
never had a natural 20.
Critical
Oh,
hits double the
Is that what
dice.
happens when a natural 20? Oh my god.
He's so used to ones.
wow. Okay. So that's a 9.
Okay, so
18 plus I get to add my charisma of it says natural d10 plus 1, so that's not 2 plus and then another charisma of 3. Do you do 2 3s?
You
as
don't
well?
double that, so you
No,
double the
it's
roll
just-
of the dice and then you add the
Just the
bonus.
dice.
Yeah,
And then you
so
add the
just
bonuses.
double the roll of
Okay.
the dice, then add your bonuses afterwards.
Okay, so 9 18 plus 1 19 plus 3 22.
Okay.
Ouch.
Nice. Okay.
Very nice.
so
And then
you kind of like as you just flush your hand forward, this dark energy of a bolt, I don't know what color you want to pick it, but it goes out and it's just like slams into the Nothic, and it just like covers, almost like you feel this, you hear this kind of crunch as it just impacts him on the chest, and then it just like covers his body and he reels out in pain, like stuff like that. Kind of nasty. It kind of looks very painful. He's looking in a bad way. Pretty hurt from that one.
Stay
Okay,
away from
so
your friends, you ugly fucker.
and then next up, it's going to be the Nothics' turn. He is going to disengage and run away.
What?
Shit. I don't have my spell anymore. Damn. I chose a different spell.
Miz, would you like me to roll for the booming blade now?
Yes, please.
I knew I should have kept that one.
Uh, 4 points.
4 points of damage. Okay, cool. So as he's running away, you just hear this like thunderous like poof, shock, and then the scream of pain as he does so. And he manages to, you just kind of see him limp off into the distance. Next up is Drake, please.
Well, since he bolted, I casually move up and slowly to my ball bearings and start picking them up. I keep dropping these things. It's always annoying. I just keep on dropping them.
Okay,
boys.
next up is Artex.
So now I can see the nothing at the north end.
No, because it's run away. So you can't see anything still. You're in the cave with everybody else.
Okay, so I'm like, again, just standing still. I'm like, yep.
Okay. Next is Josefina. She's going to do the same, kind of like just looking at you all going, I don't know what's going on. Brune?
Doing the same. I haven't seen him.
Okay.
I don't know if
Alan?
what. Just waiting.
Can I use my normal movement to charge after him?
You can.
Yeah, that's right. You get it.
Okay, so you're behind him now.
Do I get close enough to have a swing?
Yeah, I'd say so because you was in the same range before. Got the same movement.
Come on.
You can watch it just like completely slaughter him.
Come on.
My poor Nothic.
16.
Yeah.
That hits. Just about
Yes.
hits.
Come on.
17.
Okay. How do you want to do it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see how far down the middle we can go.
Okay. Roll for strength.
Okay. Straight strength or with?
With your modifiers.
16.
Yeah.
I'd say okay. You split him, so as you run charging after him, he's kind of like got his back to him, and you just like, oh, you're rage. You just hear this like bellowing, like voice as it echoes across the room. As you just like slam down through the Nothic, and you just hear this crunch, and your blade just like it's almost like it just cracks ribs as it goes down. You just and the blood just sort of like oozes out of it as it goes. So you just see it kind of like split in half. You don't go all the way through. But you get it at least over halfway as the blade just sinks in, and then you kind of just like kick it off the blade, pull it out, and as you do so, the blood just like splurts over your legs, and it just like falls forward on its face in half.
I'll turn around and yell back down the hallway. It's dead.
It's dead.
I've done it.
Oh, well, that's nice. No, we don't have to go there.
Okay, so you're all out of initiative.
Good job.
Look.
That does
So you
mean
can decide
now
what you want to do.
that chest is fair
Bryn
game.
was
Quick
just
bio, but you can discuss what
was-
you want to do because I can still hear.
Bryn was just thinking about that. Would you like me to climb down and liberate that for us?
Liberate the chest.
But you saw it first. Bryn, go and pick that up. Weren't you down there first?
I was.
You know where it is.
All right.
I'm very lazy today.
Go chest? What chest?
I know, right? I'm like, there's a chest.
Baron, you weren't
Yeah.
here. But if you
You
go
weren't here.
back, if you use tabletop and go back and look in that chasm where the cold breeze is coming from,
Mm-hmm.
and you look at underneath over to the opposite side that we came in from, that we came in from originally, but basically close to where y'all left the
There where the hands are.
room. Yeah, right where all the hands are pointing. See that little chest underneath there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had checked it out and found it before with Artex's help, and we moved it out to look inside of it. Didn't even think about it, and Nothic didn't like that too much, but he didn't do anything about it then. So put everything back.
We can
Still
do it
there.
because we can do
And
something
we
about it now.
can't do
though.
anything about it.
We certainly can.
Go
We
and have a
certainly
look.
can. And it
Okay,
looked
so
like there was some nice goodies in there too.
Oh, nice. That sounds fantastic. Just one second though. I just pick up these two ball bearings on the thing. I lean down to Drake and I say to him, "Here, you. This may not have happened to you yet, but you drop your balls."
Thanks. Yes, yes. I'm always doing that. These things have a mind of their own. I think they're possessed or something. Demon.
That's right, folks. Contrary to popular belief, Drake's balls have dropped.
I'd say you managed to
Many
recover
times.
about 20 of the ball bearings, Drake.
Yeah.
Through the
Many.
rest of them are just kind of gone somewhere. Okay, so Bryn, you go down, go back to the chest. I presume just to
ready
open
to-
it up.
Ready to write down the contents.
The contents are thus.
All right.
So when you open the chest, you find that it contains a pouch that has 160 silver pieces,
Okay.
120 gold pieces,
Okay.
5 malachite gems, or malachite, depends on how you want to say them.
Okay.
2 potions of healing, and
Okay.
a scroll.
Okay.
And once you've kind of gathered those things up, buried underneath some of the gold in the bags, you notice that there is a silver chased scabbard, and about the size of a longsword. And you see a bird of prey with outspread wings as part of the guard on the actual sword.
Okay. A silver chased scabbard with the form of what did you say? A bird of prey?
A bird of prey without outstretched wings. Yeah.
On the sword? Like basically the hilt?
So you got the hilt, and then you got the guard. So the hilt, you got the sword that goes up, and then the wings of a bird of prey is shaped into the guard that goes.
Okay, that's what I was envisioning. I just wasn't sure if you were talking about that or if you were talking about the pommel. And you say a long sword?
It's about the size of a long sword, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll put all the smaller items in my backpack and I guess attach the sword to the outside of the backpack as well and climb back up, come back to them.
Okay. So you all regroup at the top.
Except me.
Felony,
I want to see if there's kick around the body and what falls off or what's there.
Yeah. At the same time, I'm checking the body out for any if use arcane to see if I can get any magical parts off of it. If it's its eyes, its fingers, its hands, its claws. What is it? If it's valuable components.
Do an maybe an arcana check or natural check.
Yeah, I'm thinking an arcane check because checking for components.
Okay, do an arcane check.
19 plus 1 is 20. Only have a plus 1.
I'd say that you can cut him up and use it, but the strength of what it was, he's got big 2 talon claws. You could attempt to take those, but other than that, he's got a big single eye. If you want to cut that out, but don't think they got valuable components as far as I'm aware.
Thal, you kind of trashed the eye though. You trashed it. You went right down the middle.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. The eye is in 2.
Great.
So you've got 2 eyes.
One eye.
Only if they're of great value. If they're not, then I'm going to leave them.
As I look at this, I just say, listen, guys, I don't think I'm bunking with that little offling anymore. I didn't notice any glass jars on him. He's going to just keep that in rags in his pockets. I'm not bunking with him anymore. Sorry.
What's that smell? No, it's just the eyeballs. Don't worry about
it doesn't have any venom sacs or anything like that. So I mean, you can cut its claws off or something if you want to, but I can't tell you what kind of treatment.
That's like I said. Only if I notice that they're of value. Like if I would for instance, be able to sell them to a wizard or something, or an alchemist for Dosh?
Not that I know of.
Then no.
You may find some strange wizard somewhere that wants it, but no.
Sure.
Okay, so you guys are down around that body. Thalion, you kind of kick the body around and look at it. It's just a horrible kind of mess that you've left behind. There's nothing of value upon it. Bryn, you come up and you join the group, the other rest of the group by the bridge.
I look at the two druids. Any
been about an hour.
healing spells?
An hour,
It's
what's
about, it's about an hour, right? He's visible now, Bryn, would you say?
he was visible because he attacked as well.
Well, I hope so. I'm like, this voice in my ear, like, do you have any invisible spells? I'm like,
That's right.
do you
That's
have
right.
any healing spells? What?
Any healing spells?
I do.
Vortex. You do?
Yes, I do.
Please lay one on me.
Sure.
They won on you.
I'm going to lay on healing hands.
As they're getting touchy-feely, do I notice the sword that Bryn's carrying on the back of the rucksack?
Bryn has it strapped to his back, so yeah, you see it.
Do I notice anything about it? Is there anything that I would recognize about it?
At first glance, you can see on it that there's an inscription on the. Sorry, 1 second. There's an inscription on the side of the scabbard, and with the word Talon written on it.
Does that
if you
ring a
want to
bell?
do a history check, if you know anything.
16 plus 6, so 22.
Okay, you definitely know your history. So you recognize it as a blade that once belonged to a great knight by the name of Aldif Trezendar, known as the Black Hawk. This is he's basically out the Trezendar, I think, is the owners of the manor above. And so the Aldif died fighting off the orcs that attacked through the hidden caverns below his manor. And Talon was lost here until the Nothic found it.
Well, this is fancy. This is nice, Bryn. This is a piece of history. This is very nice. This will be very helpful. Not to me. I can't use that thing, but anybody that can use a longsword, this is going to be fantastic. He was a great man, a great knight. Oh, that's wonderful. This is exciting. It smells a bit funny though.
I also picked up a scroll. Not sure what type it is. I pull out the scroll. I pass it to her. Let her read it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's arcane or divine or something else.
Chicken scratch.
Yeah.
Do I know what the spell is?
I don't know. Do you?
Are you asking
What
me or are
language
you
is it?
asking Marilee? Because I know what it is.
It's I think you know it. It's
Given my
divination school.
given my history, my backstory,
Yeah.
and my my link to divination, I would probably know what
Yeah.
this is.
Yeah. So it's a scroll of augury.
Oh, well, it's not my preferred school, but this could come in handy. You know, could I borrow it? Because I can write this down in my spell book, and then you can have the scroll back.
Sure. What is it?
Augury. It's a form of divination. It basically tells omens. Gives you an idea of the results of a course of action that you would like to take within the next half an hour or so. So if you're ever confused about what you want to do, you cast augury.
Definitely.
Can you make copies for all of us?
I
I don't think it works that way.
it doesn't quite work like that, but you could potentially take it to a scribe and perhaps they could do it. It's not something that I'm trained to do. I didn't really get that far in that kind of magic, but sorry, there's a moth flying around my head and it's really annoying. If it's something that you'd be interested in doing, I mean, you could potentially keep hold of it, see if somebody, probably not in Phandelver, but possibly a bigger town or city might be able to do that. But unfortunately, not me.
I don't know. I was just wondering. Sometimes I find myself stuck between decisions, and I thought it could come in handy. But
Well,
that's not the end of the world.
if we just hold on to it, I mean, while I'm here, once I've scribed it into my book, then I could potentially, cast it. But
Okay.
it's a fun little spell. I
good to know.
used to play with it as a child, and well, okay, I was a bit naughty, and I used to cheat at cards with my brother. So
Can be used at cards. Got to remember that.
What are the
I
rest
need
of
to
you
elect
doing?
I'm
Something
other than
just
nothing, really?
making this crap up, by the way.
Artex, how much did 6? Thank you,
6.
sir. Thank you very much.
Baron and Thalin and that? Are you staying around the Nothics body?
I just want to have a look around that room.
Just
Yeah,
use one of us
okay,
to look
fine,
around.
fine.
There's one of us to look around and tell us what.
Okay. You either roll okay, so if you two want to look around, either one of you do it with advantage or you both do it separately, it's up to you.
Baron, you can roll with advantage.
You wimp. Okay,
No,
Baron, you roll with
I
advantage.
want amusement.
And I get curious and I climb into that little fountain thing up to the statue that's in it, and I start looking at the statue, poking
Investigation.
around in it.
Investigation.
What's that?
Is it our perception?
Perception, please.
Perception. Okay. Okay, cool. 14. No, sorry, I got to do advantage, haven't I? Sorry. Yeah, 14.
Okay. So as you look around the room, you notice that there's a door underneath the stairs. Just past the stairs going up, there's a door leading into a pathway. Well, just a door, sorry. I don't know if I've got this uncovered. Actually, I can uncover that. Uncover that for you. Actually.
Okay.
So just underneath these stairs, under there, you can see there's a door. As you look around and as Drake kind of jumps into the system, can you swim, Drake? Yeah, and a minute kill. I can't do everybody at once.
I have no idea what the rules are with swimming, or if the character can swim or not.
Well, you know your character, can he swim or not?
Well, he's a kid here. He would have been in. Oh, he's like that. He's very inquisitive, so he's been in a lot of lakes and stuff like that before.
Okay. So as you jump into the water, you kind of splash underneath it. You realise that the floor it's going down about 10 feet. You swim back up to the surface, and as you do so, Baron, you kind of notice this rope attached to the side of the cistern, and it's attached to. As you pull at it, you notice that it's attached to this leather waterproof bag. Brune, what was you saying?
I wanted to catch that little gore-covered halfling before it jumped into the water. I can't
right,
use it to fill my reserves, my water sacks. Damn.
So I can't. This leather bag. There's a leather bag attached to a rope in the water that I can pull out.
Yeah.
If I can pull it out.
Okay. When you look into it, you see that it's empty.
Empty. An empty leather bag attached to a rope in the water. So unless Drake, jump back in again and go check out the bottom of this. Let's see if there's anything at the bottom that's fallen out of this bag.
I will now. I'm first going to look at the statue.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Roll investigation statue.
Okay. That's it. I rolled a 2, so whatever I have with it isn't going to matter.
You look at it and go, it's a very, very pretty statue of a very nice lady. You notice there's a human lady in a sort of like robed dress with just an urn, and you see the water pouring out of it. You kind of get mesmerized by the drip of the water coming out of the urn.
And then at that point, I listen to Baron. Okay, jump back on, holding my breath, checking down at the bottom.
Okay. You see nothing down there.
Nothing.
Whatever was in the bag looks like it's been taken out, basically.
Been taken. Okay.
Safety.
Oh, okay. Well, so there's some stairs leading upstairs, guys. Maybe we should call for the rest of the guys to come and join us in the room.
Whoop, whoop.
Okay. So the rest of you, what are you doing? Are you going to join them, or?
Might as well.
Yes.
Yep.
I thought I was there, but okay.
I suggest instead of going around the corners forward or going upstairs, that we tackle the door
The door.
left next to the barrels.
Yeah. I'm surprised they.
Clear as we
Hard,
go.
hard,
Don't
heavy.
leave anything behind us.
I agree, Bryn. Good thinking.
Yes, we're
What was
just
that?
taking I'm just taking a guess with the noise the battle made. I'll be surprised if the room has people in them, but hey, better safe than sorry. No,
They
better
do.
sorry than safe.
They'll be
Oh.
ready.
Something. Yes.
I carry on swimming.
Okay.
Ellen, you feel like
So what
At least it's going to be clean.
door did you say you were going to?
the one by the barrels?
Okay.
You're all right.
So you're going first, or?
I'll walk off with them.
Okay, so Thalin and
Bryn.
Bryn, you go up to the doorway.
We just go in, or do you want to have a listen first?
Oh, listen at the doorway.
Okay, roll for perception for me, please.
I rolled a 15 with a +4, 19.
Okay. 1 second. You hear from the other side of the door, like several hushed noises and like, shh, quiet, quiet, shh.
I turn to Thalin and kind of beckon him to the side, keeping him at the ready.
Right, I'll move as he wants.
I knock on the door.
Okay, so Thalin, you're going to go to kind of like the side.
Yeah.
Are you attempting to hide, or you just?
No.
Okay.
I'm not gonna hide.
So I'd say you're back slightly. You knock on the door. You wait.
Boy, did y'all hear that?
Hear what?
There's a loud noise out here, like somebody was fighting. I don't see anything. Are you okay in there?
We're fine. You hear this kind of like a little bit of a scramble. Kind of hear like weapons and things sort of clanging together a little bit. What's going on out there then, if you're out there?
I don't know. I think they were fighting over ale or something.
Who's they?
I think I'm Rick Close home just like us, so I figured it's another one of the Red Brands. You know how these boys get.
Roll for persuasion.
All right. Excuse me. World's best voice actor. Not sweet. I rolled a 15, and you said persuasion.
Yeah.
+1, so 16.
Okay. Sort of hang on. Actually, would have been deception actually. As I thought. So he kind of comes. You see the door all of a sudden open slightly as he looks up. He sees you standing. You still got the red cloak on, right?
Oh yeah.
He doesn't look out much. He just goes, "Have they gone?"
I think so. I just wanted to make sure you boys are all right. Just something weird.
We're just resting up in here. We heard a noise. We're ready if anything's there, but if it's all gone, we're fine.
Good enough. Good enough. All right, I'll let you be. How many were there?
Roll for perception for me, please.
Apparently, I can't see past him. 8.
Yeah, because he only opened the door a slight bit just to look out. He's still very untrusting. You could see him, and that was about it, really.
All right.
And he just pushes the door shut. And you hear all of a sudden, it's all right, yeah. He said it's cleared up, whatever it was.
And I take, I guess maybe 2 or 3, turn around, take 2 or 3 steps like I'm walking away. Turn, look right at Thalin.
I will bow.
And I grab the door and try and open it, or if he doesn't slam into it. So
So you go to open the door, just as Thalin charges at it, and he just goes running straight past you, straight into the room because you open it as he's going through. So Thalin is now stuck in the middle of the room.
Stuck. I'm gonna be falling right behind him. I ain't leaving him by himself.
As he barges, wrong way. Let's try this one. Oh, sod it. I'll do it. Just move it out of the way instead.
It's a broken door now.
Well, Bryn did hit it quite hard. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
so
the real
Thalin,
strong man of the group. Yeah.
You go charging into the middle of them all. You're now surrounded by 3 of them.
Excuse my language. Son of a bitch. Boys, look out. He got past me.
And
he's a begging.
Take a swing at one of them, if I can.
Roll for initiative, please. So I got 17, 14, and 3. Yeah, 17, 14, and 3.
I got 15.
I got 7.
I got a rock.
8.
14.
Good.
Bryn, what were you?
I got 23.
14.
Rune was 14. Yep. Drake?
Kind of makes sense.
I got 7.
9.
Nothics was
Okay.
Josefina?
16. Okay. So, Bryn, you're first.
All right. What I would like to do since that nice gentleman who doesn't have a name when I scroll over him has got his back to me, I would like to approach him and sneak attack him in the back, please. I don't know if I'll have advantage since I would kind of be on the other side of Thalen.
Well,
or
you can move yourself
like
to flank him if you want.
Yeah, that's cool. I just didn't know if it worked that way or not.
So yeah, you get advantage on you to hit.
Nice, thank you. First roll's a 15. Second roll's a 14. So 15 plus.
That hits.
Okay. So we need to do a D8 plus 4 and then 2 6s. So D8.
And Thalen, you're next, obviously. So prepare what you want to do, please.
1 plus 4 is 5.
So let's all.
6 is 11. Come on, another 6. And 1, so 12 points total.
Okay. So as you come charging, following up through Thalen, you kind of dart to one side to get behind the one that's in front of you. Pull out both your daggers and you just stab them straight into him. Oh, sorry.
No, not both daggers. It was rapier. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, this is rapier. Okay, so you just kind of come up from behind, rapier just goes, and you just feel because you actually caught these guys that they were actually sleeping in their bunks, so they didn't have any armor on at all. They had weapons in hand, and you feel as your rapier just sinks in straight into the canvas of his cloth shirt and straight out the front of him, as you just feel it thrust right through. And blood starts coming out of his mouth, and he just falls forward dead on the floor.
Nice. Then I will move to the corner right where my little hand is.
Yep. Is that end your turn?
I believe so, sir.
Okay, Thalen, you're next.
I'm just going to swing at the one in front of me.
Okay.
21.
Hits.
13.
Okay, so you just chop his whatever you want to do. How you want to finish him off, basically.
Across the chest.
Okay, so you just like slice through. You just big gash straight through his chest as you hear his like ribs crack and slice underneath your axe, and he falls down dead as well.
I'll just yell at the last one since I'm not raging and can talk.
Yeah.
Drop your weapons and get on your knees.
Okay. And actually, next is turn. So I say he seeing that you two just come carving in like that, he just does exactly that. Drops both his weapons. Like, I'm just paid. I just do what I'm doing. I'm paid. Don't I'll leave.
Now that that's kind of over with, do I recognize any of these guys from before?
Roll perception.
15 total.
Okay. You notice all three of them. These are some of the red brands that you've met while you was infiltrating those, and the one that's now got his hands up in the air is Arden.
Naylor?
The very same one.
Oh my.
Can I see this from where I am?
Not currently, but you can come up and walk around if what you guys want to do.
I'd like to head to the door So what on earth is going on? Oh, for God's sake.
Merrily, you may find this interesting.
Oh?
Anybody else? Sorry, anyone else doing anything?
I'll do the same. I'm definitely intrigued, so I'm going to come
Okay,
to the door
so
as well. I'm going to come inside.
come to
Just
the
going to
door.
knock the door. Just going to come walk straight in.
Okay.
Hello, Arden. I think we've got somebody with us that you might
Excuse me.
recognize. I say to Arden, obviously.
I'll bring you all up a bit so you can all like look in the door.
I carry on swimming.
So Drax goes on. Okay. Arden kind of he's like a bit wary. He's like still sort of sleep deprived as you've been sort of woken up, and he's like shock of seeing this like half orc just come charging in, and both of you killing his friends. And he's like, "Yeah, you, what are you doing here?"
Was he saying that
Who's
to me? or
who's
was
he talking
saying
to?
that
He's looking at Bryn. Well, you just spoke to him. I thought you just said to him something.
I did, but I just wanted to make
Yeah.
sure. I didn't know.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, he's looking at you in recognition now, and he's like, "Oh, shit! What are you doing here?"
Karma.
Do you
Oh,
know
it's
this
gonna do.
gentleman? Do you know this gentleman, Bryn?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, please do tell us the
Well,
story behind this.
I think I'll let Merrily say a few things and enlighten
Well,
this gentleman.
this gentleman here is a Mr. Arden Naylor. He's the one who had Glasstaff order me killed. On top of that, I believe he had something to do with the attempt on Mr. Bryn's life. You, sir,
Yours.
are an asshole.
Putting it
Do you know
politely.
who you're in company with? These ruffians, they're red brands. Why are you helping them? He kind of points to Bryn and Merrily. They're one of us. They're tricking you.
Right.
Mm,
Yes. I'm so very much a red brand, which is why I just waltzed in here and allowed these people to slaughter several of your men.
Everybody knows you're Glasstaff's little apprentice.
Oh, for the love of all that is holy. Glasstaff, I would happily see dead. Or at the very least in chains, both of which equally is satisfying.
Can I roll perception or check that on Marilyn Lily and Marilyn Lily?
Insight
You're going to
check,
end up calling me
Insight
Lily
check.
or something, aren't you?
Inside check. Okay.
Yeah.
21.
It's,
Being honest with
from
us.
what you can read, she's definitely not very happy with Glasstaff and would happily murder him on the spot.
Okay. But in terms of being a red brand, I can sense just that she'd happily kill them. Okay, fair.
Well, you know from the Nothic and the discussion before that both, Merrily is the apprentice that Glasstaff
Yeah.
had.
That's
with-
true. That's true.
And
Okay.
you also know that Bryn has been part of the Red Brands for a while.
Yeah. Okay, so. Okay. Well, I'm interested to see how this is going to unfold.
The thing is, I was told that you were betraying us. It's that I
Yes,
had no choice.
I suppose if you count helping the people who you have been terrorizing to make something good out of their lives, when you have been systematically destroying it one by one, then yes, I betrayed you. Although
Listen,
I
love,
was-
we've all got to eat. I did what I can to survive.
there are many jobs you could have done that did not involve doing the things you did to these poor people.
I got a wife and kids. I
Oh,
got
but
a house to
you
feed. I
should've-
can't just have them starve.
You should have thought of that before you went and got involved in all of this ridiculous banditry.
You
Goodness
think I had a
gracious, what are you going to
choice?
do for them now? What are you going to
Can I
do for
check
them
his
now?
lying?
What
Just
do
want
you
to check if
wanna
he's lying. I want to check if he's lying. He's got wife and kids.
Okay. Do an inside check.
I don't care. I'm just ranting at him now.
23. This is insane.
You can tell he's lying through his teeth.
Regardless,
Speaking-
I am pissed at him. I'm just going to rant at him.
Speaking of surviving, give us a good reason why you should survive this.
Do you think I had a choice coming into this life? Glasstaff rounded us up. I told you my wife and kids, they needed food, and he threatened them. I did what I could.
I take my
Right.
rapier and pointed at him. I said, give me a reason.
I know stuff. I can give you information.
Like what?
I've got a word that Glasstaff uses. You can get past that horrible creature in the cave.
Not needed.
He's dead.
He's dead.
He,
Try again.
He did.
He's so dead.
I know stuff about this place. You can. I know Glasstaff. I know where he's gone.
Okay, now
Oh.
that's of interest.
Where
want
has
to
he
know.
gone? Yes.
Roll for intimidation with either. Do it with advantage. I say, Bryn, you can roll with advantage.
Have the two guys, before we go into this, have the two guys, have they dropped their weapons? Have any of these guys dropped their weapons?
They're
Or are they
dead.
still holding them?
Two are
Oh,
dead.
they're all dead. Two are
They
dead.
came in and one shot them too. Yeah.
I thought there was. It's just three in the room. Was there just this one guy left? Sorry, I'm just confused by the.
Yeah, there was 3 in the room. They killed 2,
Okay.
and this is, then
Sorry.
Tavern told this one to drop his weapons. So
Sorry, I thought there was 2 more still alive as well. Oh my bad.
no.
You did say intimidation, correct?
Yeah.
Total of 19.
Okay, he's pretty fucking scared.
The threat of the
Thing is-
rapier, the threat of the rapier and the firebolt. Just,
I know stuff, but if I tell you any information, you're just gonna kill me anyway.
Probably.
Who in the room lies, murders, and steals?
Judging by
Except-
the 2 dead bodies laying here, all of us do.
I'll pull out my hand axe.
Kind of just like you see him looking like between
Bryn.
them all.
I'll say it only one more time. This is your last chance.
He just looks at you. You see like a lack of like just he kind of just gives up and just looks at you square in the eyes and goes,
Fuck you.
Shall we?
Wrong answer. Wrong answer.
All at once.
Those are my little bit.
All at once. I'm all game for an Eldritch Blast at the same time. That's for sure. With all of you at the same time.
can I walk up and slap him in the face first?
Feel free, my dear. Feel free.
Wow.
Mr.
as
Naylor.
you walk towards him, he just spits at your face.
Oh fuck no!
Mr. Naylor, that is not.
You can fuck off and
That is
all.
not how you treat a lady.
Lady,
I prepare a
please.
firebolt in my hand and slap him with the firebolt.
Okay.
Eldritch Blast to the nuts from me.
Okay. I don't. You don't even need to roll. You just
We're gonna murder him. It's just
as you slap him across the face, it's just this burning hand mark incinerates his face as you just and Aldrich blasts his nuts as he just kind of like explodes in front of you. It's just like and the force of both your impacts just kind of knock him straight against the wall. His head, the back of his head, just smacks against the wall, and you just see as he falls down, and blood just like, slips down the side of the wall, leaves him. He's just his face is kind of like smouldering and charcoal black from the firebolt, and yeah, his clothes are sort of like mangled as well.
I felt good. What about you guys?
Fairly satisfying. Pity that he couldn't tell us where Glasstaff could have gone.
I don't think he knows, to be honest, if I'm being honest.
I wouldn't have thought he'd know. You're right, Baron. Just trying to keep his ass alive, I suppose. Certainly not a very living ass now, is he?
Not really. I'd like to just run an investigation on his person to see if there's anything like individual, like something on his person that I might use. Because basically, is what I'm thinking is obviously I have the mask. I can become him. I can appear to be him. So if there's anything on his body that would be a telltale sign that only he would be quite obvious that it's only his, that no one else could I could keep to the illusion to make it better.
Okay. You see that he if you go and investigate him, if you roll for investigation.
Yeah, sure. Oh shit, that's not so good. Sorry. I need to know this off my heart. Investigation. Oh, actually, no, it's not too bad. Whew. 14.
Okay. So as you search him, you find he's got a belt pouch, a belt around him and a pouch attached to that. You find 16 silver pieces and 7 gold pieces.
Okay.
And upon his hand, you notice that he's got a ring with a green garnet set in it.
Cool. I'll take the ring and the pouch. That sounds perfect.
Okay.
And then I'll say, this is just my party trick, and then I'll put the mask of illusion on and become him, and then put the ring on, and then take the mask off again, just to show that what I'm thinking.
Okay. So as you sort of put the mask on your face, the black cloakness of the like mist forms over your body, and you see it sort of flow out from the mask as it goes and starts covering the whole of your body. And as the black shadow fades, as it goes downwards, you see the reveal of you now look like Ardyn Naylor.
Just in case we might need this.
I don't mean to be rude, but you wearing that face makes me want to slap you.
I thought that might happen.
Careful, he may be into that. Would someone like to help me search the room?
Maybe.
Okay.
No.
Bren, do you want to do an investigation check for the other two?
Oh, yeah. I was going to ask. Okay, for the other 2 bodies.
Or whatever, just for the rest.
I'll assist, so
Thank you.
you can have advantage.
Thank you.
Walk outside and tell the rest of them that are waiting that there's 3 more dead bodies.
Okay. So as you're searching the room, you notice now that this looks like you kind of see the room a bit more clearer. That you've got time to look around, and you notice this seems to be an old, a storeroom with been makeshift of a barracks for the men that have been working down here. So to one side you see these double bunk beds lined up against the wall. On the opposite side you see these storage crates full of fresh produce. You've got barrels of ale. You see food and kegs and more of these straw crates full of what looks to be fresh produce. From what you can ascertain, it looks like they tried to keep a front so that it made it look like that this cellar was being used. They didn't want people to know this was their hideout. So the front end of the cellar just looks like a normal, well-used sort of cellar with all their supplies in it, basically.
So this is actually good foodstuffs and good supplies.
Yeah, it's like some fresh fruit and things like that. Sort of there.
Okay. Nice. We didn't find anything else in the room. I rolled just to let you know, if you wanted perception, I rolled an 18. If you wanted an investigation, I rolled a 19.
Okay. So you search the rest of the bodies, and look around. Other than from looking around the room, you just noticed that it's just these crates and fresh produce, some cheese and things like that. On the bodies themselves, you find each of them also had a belt pouch with some gold in there. One of them had 12 silver pieces and 5 gold.
Okay.
And the third one had 15 silver pieces and a garnet gem. And you also see 3 dirty red brand cloaks like hanging from the bunks.
But we'll definitely toss the bunks and look underneath them, and I'll ask them if they would like to wear the cloaks.
I'm good.
Does
Thank
anybody
you.
want to wear the cloaks?
I'm good, thank you.
They do look a little dirty.
It's not that. It's just that they smell funny.
I'll put the
Bryn?
dirtiest one on there.
Okay.
Does it come in men's short?
We could always trim it.
They're all humans, but yeah, you could, if you want to spend a little bit of time, just trim them down so that they fit you.
No. I'm worried about that.
On the way out of the room, do the barrels and the crates on just the exterior, are they about the same as was in the room? Just food
Yeah,
stuff?
it's the same thing. So this is like a front to the thing. This is really actually the Manners storeroom as it was. This is their wine cellar and things. So this is where it's produced.
I was wondering if that's what it was.
I'm intrigued. Oh, Bryn is intrigued. I'd like to have another look at that rope and sack in the water.
Okay.
As he gets closer, he hears this childlike giggle from me as I'm playing in the water and I start splashing Bryn.
Okay.
I'm gonna drown you. At least you're clean and smell better.
Chase me, and I start swimming away.
The love in this group is wonderful.
The what?
The love.
Oh, the love in this
The
room.
love.
Yeah. It is. There is a lot of love going on.
All
Okay, so
love.
what you want to look at the bag? What do you want to see from it?
Can I roll perception, investigation, anything? Closer
You
look.
can do investigation if you want.
Okay. Investigation. That's not my strong point, but no, it's a 7 plus a 1. That's 8. It just tickles me.
It's a well-made bag. You look at the way it's been put. You notice that it's also waterproof. I'd say that from that and the early investigations, you deduced that what this looks like, it's a bag used to as a quick means to escape. So if something was kept in there, if someone needed to rush, they were hiding it in there, like supplies or whatever it was. You don't know, and they use it on the way out.
Maybe if they're no. Oh, okay. It will keep me puzzled.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks.
What's everybody? Anybody else want to do anything else?
Do you guys think we have 2 lovely beds here? Lots of food. I could probably do with a bit of a rest. We could take it in shifts and have like a short break or something, have a little rest. Seems pretty safe. We killed most of the things in here.
What about the
I don't think
guards?
there's anything else coming? That's what I'm saying. We take it in turns, so you can split between 2 shifts. If anything comes, one shift will be awake to deal. We'll wait the rest of us and deal with it.
Still got Glasstaff that ran off.
And the
Yeah.
Nothic.
Rest because we still need to catch him. It's too late.
I don't know, maybe.
The Nothic is laying dead in the middle of the room.
Sorry.
I mean, don't forget, it's been some
shift it in-
time. It's been probably
Yeah.
at least 2 hours since you've been in that room.
Hmm.
By now,
I think
say.
Glasstaff is probably well and truly vanished. I wouldn't imagine he's been lingering around. If he's made a dash for it already, whilst we've been lingering, dealing with this stuff, I think Glasstaff's probably gone. I would say we could also, if you want to, we can always dump this thing in the water. We could tie it to the bag, the leather bag, tie it around it, and put a weight in one of these barrels maybe, and chuck it in the bottom of this cistern kind of water thing. No one's going to see that.
Or just dump it back in its crevasse.
Yeah, exactly. Do that.
Yeah.
I
Don't
found-
dump it into water.
I would
For
be-
water might need to. Don't want to poison it.
I could
I
do.
would
I could
be-
do with a rest.
I would be inclined to agree with you, Baron, that Glasstaff is probably long gone by now. That bloody rat would have ratted us out immediately. So,
But then I would say instead of a short rest, it would be maybe a long rest because then people can get their spells back. Short rest's not going to do it.
I'll start dumping all the bodies back in the.
How long's it?
Okay, so you're all going to rest up in this room?
Yeah, with 2 beds, 6 of us. Sounds good.
Can-
3 beds.
Cozy.
There's 3 beds.
I'll
three
assist Thalen with the bodies, taking them
Okay,
to
guys.
the
Long or short?
crevasse.
Some food.
You can do a short or long rest.
Chit-chat.
I
I vote
see
for
there's the-
long so that I can get my 1 spell slot back. I don't know about the rest of you guys.
I know Josefina, I think, used several, and I think Marilee
I
has
could
used
do
two.
with a long rest.
Yeah, I think some of us are out of spells.
Josefina, where's your room?
She's been kind of quiet this time.
I can do with a long rest.
2 hours. 2 hours. Could do a long rest.
A
I
long
can do
rest is
what?
7 hours. I do my beauty rest. Well, actually, for me, it's 4.
I can do a
8
watch if
hours.
someone. I
8
can
hours
stand
is a
watch.
long rest. We either wait 1 hour or go 8 hours. That's the thing.
Oh,
I
8
just
hours.
wanna-
Oh, it's quite long. It's quite
That's
long.
a long rest. Exactly.
But then
Yeah,
don't
that's
forget, it
quite
is
long.
also about 3
2.
o'clock in the morning as
Yeah,
well.
2 or 3 in the morning. Yeah.
I walk in and I grab one of her sacks. One of them that's got something like barley, rice, and something soft, moldable in it. And I'll use
Okay.
that as my mattress because there's no way I'm
So,
sleeping in one
punch
of
it a little
these
bit.
beds. Yeah, I'm not sleeping in these beds shared by the ruffians.
As
Red
as
brands.
far as we know, there's only been Iliano that's gotten away from us. Now, granted, he could have alerted everyone. A short rest would do us all well, but do we all need 8 hours? We'll take the 8 hours.
I don't
I
know,
can
8
get a
hours.
spell slot back, but I can learn how to heal again. I'm
Also,
just
guys,
concerned with what's on top of us.
Glasstaff's
I-
already gone, as you pointed out.
But we don't know what else is here, and it's a fairly
Exactly.
large organization. So
I say
Glasstaff was known for taking prisoners. It's possible that he
Yeah.
has some here.
We have prisoners.
It's possible. I don't know for sure, but he was known for taking prisoners. I would, well, having a rest would possibly be beneficial. I do think that we need to check the rest of this basement at some point soon.
I agree. I'm good with or without a short rest. A short rest is all I would need. But that's just me. Whatever's best for the group.
I don't
I'll-
need a rest.
I would be fine for a while longer. I have a few more tricks up my sleeve, but I don't speak for the whole group, obviously. So
What was that,
Who
Drake?
needs an actual long rest?
I do not.
No.
Whoever doesn't have spells, or
Baron?
basically.
I'm okay. I've lost most of my spells. I have.
Son of
They're not,
Auroch?
they're not major. I'm okay.
Ken, you can rest. You're the only one. You can rest later. We can do a search.
Yeah, no problem.
Artex, you
trying-
ready?
Trying to help
Yeah,
out the
I'm
rest of the group. But
I'm good.
anyway.
Rune?
Okay.
Rest.
Rune?
Rest is for the wicked.
All right.
No, sorry. No rest for the wicked.
No rest.
Sorry?
No rest. No.
Okay.
Can I take the apple though before we go?
Do what?
We're going to say that you have you settle down and have did someone, you wanted a short rest at least, was it? Or not even that?
No, we're fine.
I'm good to go.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
we'll end it there then. Anyway,
you want me to end
we're
here?
going to end it
Oh,
without a
okay.
rest. Because it's almost 12. So,
Aw. I thought since Mama was gone, you'd be able to stay up late.
Well, unfortunately, I definitely won't be able to stay up late.
I cannot either.
I'm just picking at y'all.
I'd love to, but it's not.
okay.
Cool.
So yeah, we're going to end it there. Thank you everybody for watching. Unfortunately, we have to cut it short. It's not cut it short, but I'd like to keep it going longer. It's just the way it is. It was a little bit slow on times on that one. I'm just getting used to like running an initiative roll when obviously people are spread apart. That makes it a little bit more of a difference. So it's a new experience, but we're getting there. I can't believe how quick you guys killed that Nothic, so well done. He almost got away.
That could have gone a lot worse than it did.
You did well
So,
with your
yeah.
saves, Bryn. Just like this,
Thank Tamora.
I was like, oh no. If you'd failed, that wouldn't have been nice.
It didn't sound nice.
No, it would have been. You were like
rotting.
Yeah. Rotten gaze or something like that. Yeah, it would have been pretty nasty. So yeah, anyway, thanks guys for watching. We will be back the same time next Friday. Hopefully everyone will be here, so that'll be quite good, and I'll continue the adventure into the Red Brand's hideout. Other than that, thank you for any follows or anything else that we got today. I don't know if we got any, but thank you anyway. Be sure to do !asylum. That'll give you a link to our YouTube channel, so if you missed the beginning or anything like that, you can go and watch on there and catch up with the series so far. Every video goes up onto the YouTube, so you can find it there. Otherwise, if you're interested in anything other than D&D, we also do a podcast on Monday for Star Citizen, and we do Paint, Prattle and Roll on a Wednesday evening, which is where I paint D&D models or Warhammer models, and we just talk about D&D and things like that, basically. So you're more than welcome to come and join us there. But otherwise, thank you all, and roll on Friday.
Roll on next Friday.
Bye.